it worked the way we wanted. I mean, it worked beautifully. And anytime we can get JJ into a game at the end of the game, or Corey or Josh, the game has worked. You know, you work hard to try to put yourselves in that position. So we had the game right where we wanted to, and I thought JJ made some good pitches. They hit some ground balls. You know, he got a solid base hit to Parra, and then they hit a couple ground balls to the infield, and then he made some big time pitches to keep the score tied, really. So, you know, it was kind of one of those innings. He did a great job keeping it tied. Really, that was the key to the inning, is that he, you know, things weren't going well, and he managed to keep it tied.
Right over here.
You've been answering the question here quite a bit, but can you reflect a little bit on Christian again? Not only the home run, but working back from an 0-2 count to get that walk.
Well, I mean, you saw it again tonight. Just the quality at bat of the at bat just stands out. He's such a difficult out, you know, and he's, you know, down 0-2 to Ottavino, and somehow manages to work his way back. He did it another time, and obviously the home run was huge. So that's what we've seen in the month of September. That's been his month of September. Those are his, you know, 5 at bats in a night or 4 at bats in a night. That's what they look like.
In the back.
Craig, with Moose, is that the reason why you got him, and is that just the situation where he's been there, done that before, and he doesn't shrink from that situation?
Well, it was a similar situation where he gets down 0-2. You know, Ottavino did a nice. He got ahead of both those guys, and you know, it's this. He's good, man. The guy, he's got a ton of strikeouts, over 100 strikeouts for a reliever, and very good slider. And look, Moose has been in those spots. I mean, that's one thing, you know, and I think it's something that you know, you try to not make the situation too big, and he did a great job of it, and finally got a pitch to hit.
Right here in the middle.
Craig, obviously Woodruff came out and gave you what you needed those first couple innings. But had things gone differently, had he struggled, would it have changed the way you used your pitchers afterward, or was the plan kind of the plan?
No, the game's no. You got to treat the game as you know, it's a living, breathing organism. So you gotta treat the game. The game calls for different things in different situations. Brandon did his job beautifully, and then Corbin Burns followed and did his job beautifully. Those guys really put us in. You know, before the game, if you'd have told me I was going to get 5 innings from 2 guys, I would have said we're in a very good spot, and so they did it, and lots of credit. I know everybody in our organization, our player development, our scouting should be proud. We just, you know, 2 homegrown guys going out there in the first game of the playoff series and getting 15 outs for us. Pretty cool. So we the game went according to plan. It doesn't always, and you got to be ready for it.
Right in the middle.
What was the plan if Moustakas didn't get the hit, pitching-wise?
Gio Gonzalez was going to come into the game. Yeah. We get Gio up when we need a walk-off hit, because it's happened a couple times now.
Richard over here.
Take a punch like that in the 9th inning and then withstand it and come back and win. It must make you say something pretty cool about your team.
Yeah, it feels good, because it was a big punch, you know. It's because of the way that we pitched the whole game, and because we pitched beautifully the whole game, and so you know, it's a punch that knocks you back a little bit, right? But you know, Soria came out and has a good inning. You know, we get back to the top of the order with Yelich leading off, and who's just the toughness of his out makes you feel good about what's going to happen that inning. We knew we had Grandy coming up. We had lefties coming up against what we knew was going to be right-handed pitching. So that was the inning for us. And the fact that we, you know, like you said, we took that blow, and, you know, a bunch of guys kind of gutted it through. And JJ, too, especially JJ, man. That inning could have fallen apart really bad, you know, after we gave up 2 runs. You know, it's 1st and 3rd and 1 out, and they're looking really good still.
In the back.
Greg, can you describe the scene when Moose gets that hit and the emotion this place erupts, and did it bring back any memories of other playoff games here?
Yeah, I mean, I guess probably the closest game would be the from the guy who threw out the first pitch today, as far as a playoff game with a walk-off hit. So, it's a cool moment, man. It was the fans took it was a roller coaster ride for the fans tonight. Like I said, I mean, just proud of the way we pitched the whole night, and then. We had offensively. We've got to do a little better job with the opportunities that we had. We had a bunch of opportunities where contact gets us a run, and we didn't capitalize on that. We left some runs out there because of that. But it was a great scene, man. And walk-off hit in the playoffs is going to get you a pretty good scene.
Right here in the front.
Hey, Craig. Have you noticed? Obviously, teams trying to pitch Christian different this last month and basically trying everything. I think first pitch, change up he hits for a home run, and guys are just maybe shaking their head at this point.
Yeah, it's he's drawing walks, and it feels like that they're going after him still. He's and tonight I thought was a good example. He's down in the count, and so they're going after him, and. He's working his way back into the count. That's it's not it hasn't been 4-pitch walks, things like that. But he's a locked-in player, and that's not uncommon for great players. I think the length of time we've seen this is what's been so amazing for us.
In the back here.
Craig, we haven't mentioned Corey Knable yet, and just the way his season went and where he was a month and a half ago to come all the way back and be this dominant. How do you think he's done it?
Yeah, I mean, for Corey, it was just let's take a step back and take a deep breath, and it was a little reflection on his part at where he was at, and that things aren't as bad as they seem sometimes, and I think some time off allowed him to realize that this is not something that's a loss. He's not lost. It's just take a deep breath and understand who we are and what makes us good, and I give him a lot of credit for taking that deep breath and jumping right back in there and being great.
Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to slow the situation down. Obviously, it's loud. The atmosphere in there is crazy, and he's got great stuff. He was one of the best relief pitchers in baseball this year, and you're just trying to find a way to get on and make something happen, put some pressure on him, and we were able to do that. And Moosey was able to come through there at the end with a huge hit.
In the back.
Mike, same thing for you. You were down 0-2. Is it just your past postseason experience that you just locked in and said, I'm going to get this done, or what was it?
Yeah, being in the postseason a couple years back, it definitely helps. It was an awesome atmosphere in there. So adrenaline was running high, and like Yelich said, that's one of the best relievers in all of baseball. So you just try not to do too much. Try and put the barrel to the ball, and I was fortunate enough that he threw me another pitch over the plate and got the barrel to it that time, and hit some outfield grass, and it feels pretty good to finish the way we did.
Right here in front.
Kristen, can you walk us through what you saw and didn't see on the liner that Braun hit earlier in the game?
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy play right there. Myself and the first base coach, we both thought he caught it. It sounded like he caught it. I saw the ball go in his glove, and then it didn't happen. He did a great job by holding the tag on me like he did catch it, and he was able to deke me. It's one of those freak plays. It's unfortunate, but thankfully it didn't cost us.
Right here in the middle.
Christian, kind of a contrast to postseason experience for the two of you guys. I mean, can you just talk about what this atmosphere was like for you being a part of something new here?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the last week or so has felt very similar. We've been playing a lot of big games down the stretch, and this place was packed this past weekend for our last homestand of the year. And you're just trying to slow it down. Obviously, you have the nervous energy before the first pitch and the first inning, and then after that, it's back to baseball. You're just trying to slow everything down and not let the moment consume you, and just try and focus on what you have to do.
Right over here.
Moose, 2 questions for you over here. First of all, were you surprised that they pitched you? And second, how much of a difference is this leaving this game, you guys winning, as opposed to blowing the lead, coming back if you hadn't won it?
Yeah, No, not surprised at all that they pitched to me. That's again one of the better, if not one of the best, relief pitchers in all of baseball. And we got a couple of those guys too, and they believe in his stuff. And I was fortunate that he threw me another pitch over the plate, and I was able to get the ball or the barrel to the ball that time. And I'm sorry, what was the second question? Oh yeah, absolutely. Going up 1-0 is huge. Especially at home. You definitely want to win at home, and to go up 1-0 and to pick JJ up. He's been phenomenal for us all year. Our bullpen that you guys saw today, they're phenomenal, and they did a great job for us today. And JJ's been great for us all year. So to be able to pick him up and come back and win that ball game was huge. Not just for him, but for all of us. It's a big win, carrying some momentum into tomorrow.
You in the back?
Christian over here. I was just wondering, this being your first postseason, did you go to anyone for advice on what the atmosphere might be like or how to play under this pressure-packed environment, whether it be teammates or family or anybody? And if you did, can you share any that you received?
No, honestly. Because like I said, we played in so many big games down the stretch to try and win this division. We played in a playoff game, but not really a playoff game in 163. So this was our first official playoff game, but not really in a sense. But yeah, you got to realize that it's the same game. Obviously, it's higher stakes. There's more eyes watching. The atmosphere is a little bit crazier, but at the end of the day, you're trying to remind yourself and trying to focus on being in the moment, being in the present, and not getting consumed with everything around you.
Right over here. Wait for the microphone real quick.
For over a month, you've been on an incredible tear, and the ball has to look like a beach ball to you now, every time it's pitched. I mean, can you reflect on just how this month has been for you?
I think the biggest thing is just focusing on the day-to-day, your routine, not getting caught up in the future or the past, and just being right there and focusing on what you have to do that day or that night to help your team win, and trying to stay even-keeled and focused on whatever team, whatever pitcher is throwing against us that day, and coming up with a plan to try and execute.
Here in front.
Christian, you saw the divot that Blackman's ball left, but did you see it live? And
I was running over there, and because I didn't know if it was going to be fair or foul, and I saw it land, and it looked like it was foul, but you can't really tell. It might have caught a little bit of chalk, so I wasn't real sure. So I was going to play it live, but it ended up popping over the fence, so I figured I might as well go check it out and see what happened. And it was literally like this far from the chalk line, and I was trying to tell the guys, hey, go look at it. But yeah, I got real fortunate right there, because if that lands, it's second and third with nobody out and one run already scored. And they always say it's a game of inches, and today it really was.
All right. Last question in the back.
Christian, Craig said it was over here. Craig said that it was like being punched in the gut. You guys had a 2-0 lead for so long. Was this win extra sweet just because of what you guys had to do to come from behind and win this game?
It was a punch in the gut, but at the same time, not really, because I feel like in the dugout we felt fortunate to still be tied. We could have very easily been down there, and to get out of that with just a tie game, it didn't work out. Obviously, we would like to win in that situation, but you regroup as a team, you kind of take a deep breath, and all right, now we got to just find a way to push one across, and we were able to do that. And we just came up with a huge hit, and just keep battling. That's been the theme of our team all year. When there's a little bit of adversity, you're in a tough spot, you just compete, find a way to win, and proud of the guys. They did a great job today.